Once again, this is another CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host today, Nick Qualia, with Mike Molyneux and Marv Azan. Guys, the Patriots lost again, 2 weeks in a row. Something we're not used to seeing as Patriots fans. We've been watching this team. We've been watching this Belichick, Tom Brady era for, 18 years now, 19 years now. We're not used to seeing 2 losses in a row. It doesn't happen too much. But we got up this week, 17-10 against Pittsburgh this past Sunday. So the questions are already starting to rise. People are talking about it on Twitter. Guys, is this the end of the Patriots dynasty as we know it? Mike, we'll start with you.
Every dynasty in any sport, in history, most dynasties, they come to an end. Now,
don't like that answer.
Hear me out. Dynasties come to an end. Here's what I'll say about the Patriots dynasty. I think the majority of fans, Pats Nation, they understand this dynasty will come to an end, but they want to see it come to an end the day Tom Brady says, I'm officially hanging up my cleats, or the day Belichick says, I'm retiring from head coaching. That's when they want to see the dynasty come to an end. Nobody wants to see this dynasty come to an end with Tom Brady sucks now. He can't play quarterback, or Belichick is just getting out-coached every game. His game plans are just in the toilet right now. Nobody wants to come out and say that and see that with this team. But with the level of play we've seen throughout the course of this season, again, I'm not putting an end to the Patriots dynasty, but if it was going to turn in the direction of, is Belichick's play calling in Josh McDaniels, is it going downhill? Is Tom Brady starting to fall off? This could be the season that starts it. Not saying that this season's over, but this could be the season when you look back in history years later and say, when did the Patriots really start to fall off? If this was the season, you could say 2018, Patriots season was the year they started to tail off and this dynasty started to break down and come to an end.
Marv, before we get to you guys, let me tell you, today's Patriots Roundtables are powered by our friends at 1in100. Go to 1in100.co, not .com. Do not go to .com.co for your chance to win killer Pats, Celtics, Bruins, and concert tickets in New England for the price of a beer or a large pizza. Guys, it's simple. Go to 1in100.co now for a chance to win those tickets. All right, Marv, what do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for the New England Patriots dynasty?
Not quite yet. And hear me out. Sometimes when you have a dynasty this long, it's better to be lucky than good. And there's been times when the Patriots, luck's been on their side. And this year, luck can still be on their side. Because right now they're in the 3rd seed. If Houston drops one of these games here and you win out the 2 games that we expect still to win against the Bills and the Jets, you get that number 2 seed. That comes in with home court advantage. And who knows, maybe you get lucky enough, Kansas City that Nick has no belief in will drop. And
Zero. None.
Nick has no belief in. So if he's right, Kansas City loses. And hopefully the road to the Super Bowl goes straight to Foxborough, where you've been obviously better. You've been dominating there, undefeated at home this year, and you could still head out to the Super Bowl. Now, is all that going to happen? We have to wait and see. The Patriots have not been great. If there was a year to ask about, is the dynasty about to end? This is the year to do it. The question needs to be asked, especially after dropping these 2 games. But the Patriots still have a chance to continue on.
Yeah, I wanted to pull up this note that I had on my phone because I was just taking down notes earlier today, preparing for the roundtable, and something I wrote in it was a couple of weeks ago we were discussing whether or not the Patriots had a chance at the 1 seed, and then I wrote I was still freshly angry about yesterday's game, and then I wrote in all caps, ha 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 ha. There it is. It's unbelievable that we were asking that question after watching this team the past week. No, listen, the reason that the Patriots dynasty is not over yet, but it is certainly slowing down, and it's going to be over in the next 2 to 3 years. And the reason I say that is not because of the performance this year, because realistically, I believe that Tom Brady does have a chance to come back next season and be, once again, a top 5, top 6, top 7 quarterback. I really do believe that. But the problem is with the dynasty right now is there is no succession plan. None. In the past, earlier, a few years ago when we thought Tom Brady was slowing down, there was Jimmy Garoppolo there. There was Jimmy G waiting to take over that role. What do you have right now? You have an old Brian Hoyer is your backup. So what's your backup plan there at quarterback? You're going to have to draft this year. Who knows what Bill Belichick's going to do this draft? You don't know if he's going to draft a quarterback.
He might not even draft a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. There's a legit possibility. And on top of that, guys, the receivers, Tom Brady's receivers right now are an aging, coming off of a torn ACL, coming off of a steroid suspension, Julian Edelman, and a shell of himself, Rob Gronkowski, a guy that listen, when he barreled over that defender for Pittsburgh to get that first down this past Sunday, that was shocking. And that shouldn't be shocking. Right. The guy is 29 years old. That's my worry with this Patriots dynasty right now, is that there's just no succession plan for the Patriots to be good going on post Tom Brady. Even if Bill Belichick's still here, quarterback, and then realistically the rest of the talent.
Yeah, there's nobody there offensively other than Sony Michel that you could probably say, all right, he can be the next guy to kind of carry over. After that, wide receiver.
Who's a running back? You can't build a team around a running back.
He's no Le'Veon, he's no Gurley, anything like that. But yeah, there's nobody there at quarterback. There's nobody there at wide receiver that you could really say, all right, if they really start to transition, who are you depending upon? Obviously,
it could have been Malcolm Mitchell, right? But that guy's career is essentially over.
Oh,
they have nobody. So honestly, yes, the season still has to shake out. Who knows where the Patriots will end up? Marv just listed a bunch of different scenarios. So I think at the end of the season, we'll have the final say on which direction this team is going. But the draft is going to be huge because Patriots, the Belichick, those guys, they really have to consider, okay, what direction are we going to head in after the season? Gronk's probably out the door soon. Brady's out the door soon. Receivers are getting older. What direction are we heading? This upcoming offseason is going to be huge, but jumping too far ahead, let's focus on this season.
Marv, anything else before we wrap this segment up?
Years down the line, when we look at this, Patriots dynasty, one could argue that maybe this dynasty ended when we traded Jimmy Garoppolo. Looking back at that, it's very possible, like Nick was talking about, having no succession plan. So we'll see where it goes down. And this Garoppolo trade is going to be something that could haunt the Patriots from years to come. Not knowing how Jimmy Garoppolo is going to pan out in the future, but David Etling's not your answer.
Yeah, no. When I went to Patriots training camp this offseason, speaking of Danny Etling, before we wrap the segment up, there's no pressure on the guy. It's practice, and he's missing targets by 3 yards.
Well, he's out the door.
Yeah, not great.